Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Lily who loved going on adventures. One day, she heard about a magical forest that was said to be filled with wondrous creatures and enchanted treasures. Lily decided that she had to see the forest for herself, so she set off on a journey to find it. Lily walked for hours through fields and over hills until she finally came to the edge of the forest. As she stepped into the shade of the trees, she felt a cool breeze on her skin and the sweet scent of flowers in the air. She knew that this was going to be a magical adventure indeed. As Lily walked deeper into the forest, she saw all kinds of creatures that she had never seen before. There were birds with feathers of every color of the rainbow, rabbits with fluffy tails, and even a family of deer that stopped to watch her as she passed by. Lily smiled and waved at all of them, feeling very happy to be in such a beautiful place. As she walked, she noticed a glimmer of light in the distance. Curious, she followed the light until she came to a clearing. In the center of the clearing was a beautiful tree with branches that sparkled like diamonds. Lily couldn't believe her eyes and she approached the tree. Suddenly, she heard a voice calling out to her from the tree. "Hello, little girl," the voice said. "My name is Eleanor and I am the fairy queen of this forest. You have come to the right place, for you are about to embark on a magical adventure." Lily gasped in surprise. She had always heard of fairies and fairy queens in stories, but she never thought she would actually meet one. "I'm so honored to meet you, Eleanor," she said. "What kind of adventure do you have in mind?" Eleanor smiled and beckoned Lily closer to the tree. "You see, Lily, there is a treasure hidden somewhere in this forest. It is a treasure that has been lost for many years, but it holds great power and magic. I believe that you are the one who can find it and bring it back to the world." Lily felt a thrill of excitement run through her. She had never been on a treasure hunt before, and the thought of finding something that held so much power and magic was too tempting to resist. "I'll do it," she said. "Where do I start?" Eleanor nodded and pointed to a map that had suddenly appeared in Lily's hands. "This map will guide you to the treasure," she said. "But be warned, there are many obstacles in your way. You will have to be brave and clever to overcome them." Lily looked at the map and saw that it was filled with twists and turns, and markings that she didn't understand. But she was determined to follow it and find the treasure. With the map in hand, Lily set off deeper into the forest. As she walked, she came across all kinds of obstacles. There were deep ravines that she had to cross on rickety bridges, giant spiders that she had to dodge, and even a group of mischievous goblins who tried to trick her into going the wrong way. But with each obstacle, Lily grew more determined to find the treasure and prove herself to Eleanor. Finally, after many hours of walking, Lily came to a clearing where she saw a small cave. According to the map, the treasure was hidden inside the cave. But as she approached the entrance, she heard a strange growling noise coming from inside. Lily paused and looked around for a moment, trying to think of what to do. She knew that the treasure was inside the cave, but she also knew that it could be dangerous. She took a deep breath and decided to face her fears. She stepped inside the cave, slowly and cautiously, her heart beating faster with each step. The growling grew louder, and she could now see two glowing eyes in the darkness. Suddenly, a large shadow jumped out at her, and Lily screamed in terror. But as the shadow landed, she saw that it was just a small furry creature with big ears and a long tail. It looked up at her with wide, curious eyes and sniffed the air. Lily realized that it was just a harmless forest creature, and she breathed a sigh of relief. "Hello there, little guy," she said, reaching out to pet him. The creature nuzzled her hand, and Lily felt a warm feeling in her heart. She had made a new friend. As she continued deeper into the cave, Lily saw glimmers of light ahead. She followed the light until she came to a large chamber. In the center of the chamber was a treasure chest, glowing with a golden light. Lily approached the chest and opened it. Inside, she saw a beautiful golden amulet, sparkling with diamonds and rubies. She knew that this was the treasure that Eleanor had spoken of. She reached out to touch it, But as her fingers brushed the amulet, she felt a jolt of electricity shoot through her body. Suddenly, she heard Eleanor's voice in her head. "You have found the treasure, Lily," the voice said. "But you must be careful. This amulet holds great power, and it can only be used for good. Use it wisely." Lily nodded, understanding the gravity of the situation. She knew that with great power came great responsibility. As she walked out of the cave, she saw that the sun was setting on the horizon. She realized that she had been on this adventure all day, and it was time to go home. She walked back through the forest, feeling proud of herself for finding the treasure and making a new friend. As she reached the edge of the forest, she saw Eleanor waiting for her. "Well done, Lily," Eleanor said, smiling. "You have proven yourself to be a brave and clever adventurer. The amulet is now yours, and I know that you will use it wisely." Lily smiled, feeling grateful for the experience. She knew that this adventure had changed her in ways that she couldn't even imagine. As she walked back to her village, she felt a new sense of purpose and determination. She knew that she would go on many more adventures in her life, and she couldn't wait to see what the world had in store for her. Lily went back to her village, feeling a sense of accomplishment. She knew that she had achieved something great, and she felt proud of herself. She couldn't wait to show her friends and family the amulet and tell them about her adventure. The next day, Lily woke up early, eager to start a new day. She put on her favorite dress and the amulet, feeling the weight of it around her neck. She knew that it was a powerful tool, and she wanted to use it for good. As she walked through the village, she saw her friends playing in the field. They saw her and ran over, asking her what she had been up to. "I went on an adventure yesterday," Lily said, smiling. "I found a treasure in the forest, and I have this amazing amulet now." Her friends gasped in amazement, asking her to show them the treasure. Lily led them to her house and showed them the amulet. They marveled at its beauty, and Lily told them the story of how she found it. As the day went on, Lily began to feel the weight of the amulet around her neck. It was as if it was calling out to her, urging her to use its power. She knew that she had to be careful and use it wisely. Later that day, Lily saw a group of kids picking on a smaller boy. They were pushing him around and taking his lunch money. Lily knew that she had to do something. She walked over to the group, her heart beating fast. "Stop that," she said firmly. "Leave him alone." The bullies turned to her, sneering. "What are you going to do about it?" one of them asked. Lily took a deep breath, feeling the power of the amulet coursing through her body. She raised her hand, and a beam of light shot out of the amulet, hitting the bullies and knocking them to the ground. The smaller boy looked at her, his eyes wide with amazement. "Wow," he said. "You're like a superhero." Lily smiled, feeling a sense of pride. She knew that she had used the amulet for good, and that was what mattered most. As the weeks went by, Lily continued to use the amulet to help others. She stopped bullies, helped lost animals find their way home, and even healed sick people. She knew that the amulet was a powerful tool, and she wanted to use it for good. But one day, Lily heard a knock on her door. When she opened it, she saw a man standing there. He was tall and dark, with piercing eyes and a sinister grin. "Hello, Lily," he said. "I've heard that you have something that belongs to me." Lily felt a chill run down her spine. She knew that this man was dangerous, and she didn't want to give him the amulet. "I don't know what you're talking about," she said, trying to close the door. But the man was too strong. He pushed his way inside, grabbing the amulet from Lily's neck. Lily tried to fight back, but the man was too powerful. He took the amulet and ran out of the house, laughing. Lily felt devastated. She had lost the amulet, and she didn't know how to get it back. She felt powerless and alone. But then she remembered something that Eleanor had told her. "The amulet can only be used for good," she had said. "Use it wisely." Lily knew that the man who had taken the amulet would use it for evil. She had to stop him. Lily spent the next few days searching for the man who had taken the amulet. She asked around the village and even went to nearby towns, but no one had seen him. Just when she was about to give up hope, she heard a rumor that the man was hiding out in a nearby cave. Lily knew that she had to act fast. She made her way to the cave, her heart pounding in her chest. As she approached the entrance, she could hear the man's voice, laughing and gloating about his newfound power. Lily took a deep breath and stepped into the cave. The man turned to her, sneering. "Well, well, well," he said. "Look who's back for more. You really think you can stop me?" Lily stood tall, feeling the power of the amulet flowing through her. She knew that she had to be careful, but she was determined to get the amulet back. She raised her hand and a beam of light shot out of the amulet, hitting the man and knocking him to the ground. She ran over to him and tried to grab the amulet, but he held on tight. "You'll have to do better than that," he said, his eyes flashing with anger. Lily concentrated, channeling all of her energy into the amulet. Suddenly, the amulet glowed brightly, and the man was thrown back against the cave wall, dropping the amulet in the process. Lily grabbed the amulet and held it close to her chest. She could feel its power coursing through her, and she knew that she had won. As she made her way back to the village, Lily felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. She had faced her fears and had used the power of the amulet for good. From that day forward, Lily continued to use the amulet to help others. She knew that it was a powerful tool, but she also knew that it was important to use it wisely. As she grew older, Lily became known as the village protector. People would come to her when they needed help, and she would always be there, ready to use the power of the amulet to make things right. And even though she had faced many challenges along the way, Lily knew that the amulet had taught her an important lesson, that even the smallest person could make a big difference in the world if they had the courage to do so.